So the mighty Jupiter moon Ganymede, pictured in close-up. Look at this thing. Look familiar? Looks very familiar. I was going to say, it looks like our moon, right? On first glance, it looks like our moon, right? But it is not like our moon. The imagery was acquired from a distance of about 1,000 kilometers, which that's not a lot. That's very close in spatial terms. It's the nearest any spacecraft has been to Ganymede in more than 20 years. Juno's was an opportunity pass. Its everyday duties are to study Jupiter, but the European Space Agency will soon send a dedicated mission. The Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer, or JUICE for short, will make a series of flybys around two other Galilean moons, Castillo and Europa, before putting itself in a settled orbit around Ganymede, expected to occur around 2032. Juno's pictures show the impacted and cracked surface of the big moon in remarkable detail. They'll be compared with the pictures acquired by NASA's Galileo 95 to 2003 and Voyager 1979 probes to see if there have been any changes through time. This is the closest any spacecraft has come to this mammoth moon in the generation, says Juno principal investigator Scott Bolton of the Southwest Research Institute of San Antonio. We're going to take our time before we draw any scientific conclusions, but until then, we can simply marvel at this celestial wonder. Now, here's a picture of Earth. Now, here's our moon and Ganymede pictured side by side, so you can see it's over twice. It looks like it's over twice the size of our moon, but this is what I love right here. You can see. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Right? Okay. So you could see the different layers here. All right, we have the icy shell, so it's ice. All right, it's covered in ice. And then we have a liquid ocean underneath that ice. And then we have the deep ice layer, a rocky mantle, and a rich iron core. That liquid ocean, this and Enceladus and Titan are a few of the moons that I feel we may find life. Whether it's bacteria, living organisms, feeding off maybe internal vents, which is what I think in Enceladus. I don't know what this the liquid ocean is made of on Ganymede, but it's the water, though, that's the key. Or maybe it's not, water like as we know it, but it's liquid, a liquid ocean. So life as we know it, is oxygen-based, carbon-based, what we know. It might be something different over there, So we'll see. We haven't been there yet. We haven't gone into it, but I'm excited about it. One of the fascinations of Ganymede and of Castillo, Callisto, and Europa is that they all likely have oceans of water below their icy surfaces. NASA says it will release color imagery from Juno's Ganymede flyby shortly. Very exciting. And then this is the JUICE Explorer that will launch from Earth next year. Very, very exciting. All right, I'm excited about that. I'm constantly going to be monitoring what's going on with that because I'm very excited. But then there's this I stumbled upon. NASA is sending glow-in-the-dark baby squid and water bears to the International Space Station. Hold on, let me just jump ahead real quick because they're cute. Look at these things. Juvenile bobtail squid. Pardon me. These things are freaking adorable. Hundreds of baby squid and microscopic organisms are headed to the International Space Station aboard a SpaceX rocket. The tiny creatures are part of a cargo resupply mission. The rocket launched Thursday afternoon from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida without any humans aboard the Dragon cargo capsule. It marks SpaceX's 22nd commercial resupply mission to space. That's amazing. I mean, SpaceX is awesome. The creatures will be a part of scientific experiments, which include studying how water bears handle space, the possible effects of microgravity on symbiotic relationships, and analyzing the formation of kidney stones, and more. Newly hatched bobtail squid will be used to study symbiotic relationships between beneficial microbes and their animal hosts, and how spaceflight alters this relationship. in order to develop protective measures for the health of future astronauts in long-term missions. Animals, including humans, rely on our microbes to maintain a healthy digestive and immune system, said principal investigator Jamie Foster. We do not fully understand how spaceflight alters these beneficial interactions. The UMAMI experiment uses a glow-in-the-dark bobtail squid to address these important issues in animal health. The glow-in-the-dark squid are joined on the mission by thousands of tardigrades, also known as water bears. Scientists say they can tolerate environments more extreme than most other life forms, making them the perfect organisms to study biological survival under extreme conditions in space. I'm fairly certain that they can actually exist in, like, space outside of the space station, right? I don't actually know that for a fact. I thought tardigrades were like the one thing. Did you guys see the new Star Trek Discovery? Okay. Spoiler, it came out a couple years ago. It's, if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, you're probably not interested in seeing it. Anyway, in the first season, they figure out how tardigrades basically are able to travel through this network, or at least connect to this network that it connects everything. And it's basically like a mushroom network. They call it the mycelial network or something like that. And they have to tap into the tardigrade to be able to do it. I don't know. It's kind of far-fetched, but it's kind of cool. It's basically their way of faster than light travel in Star Trek Discovery. But it's not going through space. They're just here and then they're there. It's like boop. It's kind of cool.